Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about how policymaking within the Republican Party actually occurs. Because I had a question, and I've touched on this subject before this year, but this was a little bit more specific. It asked why I was even talking about Trump's campaign promises when I'm standing here saying constantly that he's weakened, it's unlikely he's going to hold office again. And yeah, that might seem contradictory, but we have to look at what the Republican Party is right now and how it gets the rhetoric and policy ideas that shape it. A lot of it still comes from Trump. Right now, you have multiple factions within the Republican Party. To keep it simple right now, we're just going to talk about those who are in states where they actually have to run for office, and those that are in deep red areas. Those that are in deep red areas, they are very supported on their social media, and we have talked about it on the channel. The Republican Party has fallen into this trap where they believe their most vocal supporters are reflective of the voters. They should have learned this after 3 failed elections, but they haven't. They still think that vocal minority on social media cheering on the most extreme rhetoric is representative of the whole. Trump controls that energized base. That vocal minority, they are Trump's people. They love him. So when he comes out and says, well, yeah, we're going to launch military operations into Mexico, him saying it doesn't really matter because he's not going to be in office again. That's incredibly unlikely. So it goes down to them. They hear it. They start talking about it. It shows up in the social media profiles of other candidates. Those in very red areas know that it resonated. So they pick up those policy decisions. Right now, the game of red state Republicans and Republicans in very secure red areas is to try to be the most extreme. That's why you have the governor of South Dakota taking shots at the governor of Florida right now. Even though they're on the same team. They are both far-right Republicans. But being the most extreme, well, that's how you get that social media engagement. And that's how, to their way of thinking, you win elections, even though it damages those Republicans who aren't in those very safe districts. So, like it or not, Trump is a symbol for the Republican Party. He is still a thought leader. That's why when that fiasco happened up on Capitol Hill, there at the House of Representatives, even though the people who were holding out and blocking McCarthy, even though they were doing that against Trump's endorsement, they threw up a vote for Trump to let everybody know they're still on his side. They're still Trump's people because he's a symbol. He's the thought leader. He is that guiding light for the Republican Party, and he will continue to be that until something changes, until the criminal prosecutions take hold, until he decides of his own free will to leave political life, until the Republican Party just says we've had enough. He's still very influential, even if he never holds office again. So, when it comes to his vows on campaign issues and what he's promising to do, they have to be addressed because they will spread. It will infect his energized base, which will infect the red state Republican base, and over social media, it will infect the red state candidates. And then you run the risk of it actually becoming a Republican Party policy. So, as much as we all want to, Trump's not out of the game yet. We can't ignore him. Anyway, It's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.